All right, I want to take a look at Runpod. I've never used this before, and it's a place where you can develop, train, and scale AI models. I think it's unfair not to take a look at all possible options. And I've heard about this one, but I've just never bothered signing up. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up here today. And we'll find out if there's a free tier. I'm going to go ahead and use my Google account. If it's paid, do not worry about it. Just don't use it. Or use it if you have the money and you like the experience. I don't know. We're just exploring and making sure we have options here. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't want to subscribe, but I'll go ahead and accept the terms and service. Again, never used the service before. Interface looks okay. What I'm looking for is notebooks, as they said that they can run notebooks, but clearly this can run other things. So deploy a GPU pod, autoscale your workload traffic, storage, refer friends to earn credits. I'm not sure if we have any usage. It says 000 at the top here. Okay, spend limit is $40 an hour a day. So I'm not sure if we have anything here. But where are these notebooks that they promised us? Do we have to deploy a pod? Because I mean, I guess it's just like you're running anything, right? So if you run something, does Runpod have a free tier? Let's go take a look here. Does Runpod have a free tier? I'm not sure if they do. More power, less cost. I mean, they had free GPUs a couple of years ago. I mean, to be fair, I understand if they're not providing that stuff for free, but you know, maybe we can try to, again, I'm not really sold on this thing, but I still think that we can try it and use it for fun to see if I can launch stuff. Here I'm seeing stuff for serving, so that's VLLMs, like that's a server. But I'm thinking what it is, it just lets us run anything. So just say Runpod notebooks. Okay, so how do we do that? So select a pod, choose your GPUs, choose an instance, search a template. So here they have templates that already exist for it. And so I just want something that's very, very inexpensive as an example to show. And so I'm looking through here, and these are GPUs. Let's go over to CPUs, as I really don't want to spend a whole lot. I just want to see it working. And I might have to attach a credit card for this. So I just want general purpose. Especially that the compute optimizes, this one's more expensive than that one. You'd think that general purpose would be less, but that's fine. So we'll go down below here. I'm going to choose a template. And I think they said there was one for notebooks. Jupyter. Nope. Let's go back over to here. Select a pod, choose a GPU instance, search for a template that includes Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So we go here. I don't see it. I don't see a template for it. Edit template. Yeah, there's no template. So I'm not, well, over here, there's templates. New template. Again, there's no templates to search. So I'm not sure about this. But clearly, we could, like, I could install one by default, run the notebook. So here, yeah, this is one way of doing it. I don't know if I like this. Like, I'm not saying that Runpod is bad, but it's clearly not showing a fast and straightforward way to set up a notebook. But we clearly could do it. What if I was to go back over to GPUs for a second? Discard changes. So I'm going to go back over to pods. I'm going to choose this here. I don't care what it is. I'm looking through here. Yeah, how about an A40? I like how there's more information about it. Anyway, we'll go ahead and change the template. And so now we have, oh, okay, there we go. So now if I go Jupyter, that PyTorch. Is that what this one is? This is Runpod PyTorch. So again, just looking for the lowest cost. So this one's pretty low. The RTX A5000. I can't remember if Runpod's the one where they're borrowing from other people's. Runpod. Runpod. I think Runpod is like, it might be, oh, I clicked on Lightning AI. They have an ad for it. Is it other people's globally distributed GPUs for the cloud? So I think that this is the one where you are utilizing other people's GPUs. Okay, that's what I think it is. But anyway, I don't care. I just want the lowest cost one. So we'll go over to here. I just want to see if the templates are still available. Yes, it is. And I haven't paid for anything yet, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. But we're going to choose on demand. And we'll say deploy on demand, and it's going to say insufficient funds. So I have to load up a little bit of money here. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So just give me a moment to load up some money here, okay? It'll just take me a moment. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I don't know if that's my card, or I don't know if I want to do this. Because, like, you can't choose less than $25, right? And I don't know if I'm going to come back and use Runpod. So, you know what? I think this is where I'm going to call it quits. Like, it looks like it's fine. Like, it has templates. But I don't feel like dumping $25 in here. If it was less, like $10 or $5, maybe I could choose the amount. Maybe we could say $5. Can I? Oh, no, the lowest I can choose is $2. Well, let's do $2. I can handle $2. If I just keep, if I'm going to spend on a lot of services. So if I do that, Baco might get mad at me. He'd be like, Andrew, why do you keep throwing like $30 here, $30 there for services you aren't using? So I'm going to go ahead and try 2. Nope. Can I do 5? Nope. Can I do 10? So I can do 10. That's the lowest I can do. So I can do that. That's totally fine. So I'll go ahead and say purchase. 9518. I don't know if that's my credit card or someone else's. Just give me a second. And I tried to buy it. Wouldn't let me buy it. It's tricky with my company credit card. So I don't know. I guess I can't really test it. Well, you know what? Just give me a second. I'll just use my other card. And that doesn't work. So that was my best attempt here with Runpod here today. Now, it's not their fault. They're just using Linktree here. But I imagine what would happen is that we would launch up that Jupyter Notebook and we could have that experience. And so that's just another place where you can buy GPUs. And now that I'm remembering it, Runpod is just like, if you're looking for something that is most cost effective, then you can use these GPUs, which are distributed. But, you know, again, maybe at some point I will go and figure this out, but, you know, this is not working here today. So I'm going to have to move on from Runpod, and at least we took a look around and we know that we can at least go with a $10 one. For me, as someone exploring, I wish I could even just load up $5, but Runpod, if you're listening, that's something that I think that you might want to consider when doing it, but we did give it a look, okay? So I might visit it later, but that was the experience we had, okay? All right, I got an email that came through that it said my payment went through. So despite it saying it failed, maybe it actually did work. And I'm going to go ahead and log into Runpod. And notice we actually have $10 now. So we clearly have some spend that we can utilize. So let's go ahead and deploy a pod. And we notice with GPUs, that's the only place where we see that template right now for the Jupyter Notebook. I'm sure I could get it working in the CPU one, but I don't want to do that here today. It's interesting. We have Secure Cloud and Community Cloud. I'm not sure what the difference is. Maybe there's a cost difference. I would imagine that there would be, because if it's community, you have more options and it's more cost effective. But I'm going to go to Secure Cloud here today, as that was the default here. It looks like we can also choose a lot of locations for where our stuff is running. Again, looking for the most inexpensive thing that we can run. And so it'd be nice if it's sorted based on cost. Maybe we can do that. I'm not seeing that here today. So yeah, I would just say I don't like the fact that I have to kind of like figure out the cheapest cost is. I kind of wish this was a table, but you know, we got what we got, so I'm not gonna super complain here. But you know, we have the RTX 2000 Ada, so I wouldn't mind trying that out. That's pretty cost effective. That's something that goes right in a laptop. It's just low in the bottom, low availability. I don't need much here. We have high availability for the RTX A4500. Let's go ahead and use that. I just want this to work here today, and we'll go ahead and change the template. Okay, and so it said that there is one here for Jupyter, specifically. So I'm looking for Jupyter. I don't see it, so I'm just going to type it in here, Jupyter. So we have Jupyter PyTorch. So this seems like this would be a template that would have Jupyter and that we could start utilizing it. I only need 1 GPUs here today. 1 week savings plan, that's cool, but I don't need something for a week. But I could see like if you needed something for a period of time, that could be interesting. And let's go ahead and deploy on demand and see what we get. So now we're just waiting for this deployment to occur. So we'll just wait a little bit here. Not sure how long it should really take, but I can't imagine that long. And yeah, it's doing stuff. So it's downloading stuff so we can clearly see what's going on. So just going to wait till it's completely ready, okay? All right, so yeah, I'm just still waiting for this to spin up. It's been quite a few minutes here, I think. But you can just clearly see that it is downloading containers. So that's basically what I'm waiting for it to do. The other thing is, like, I'm not sure where this actually is being spun up, as I didn't specifically pick where it is. What does RO stand for? Romania, I suppose? I don't think it would really matter. If it was Romania, I don't think it would really matter, as I'm not looking for super fast latency here, but it is taking time to pull this stuff. And it could just be the image that is being utilized here is just really large, so it's hard to say. But even if this does get working, then what? You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure exactly how I get into this. Oh, we have a connect button. Okay, so I think what happens once this is completely done, if it does finish, we'll have a connect button. We'll give that a go, okay? All right, so after a very, very long wait, it didn't take minutes, I now have it running, and I've already had a bit of spend. Not a big deal, as it says 40 cents an hour. GPU cloud spend is about that. But now let's go ahead and do connect. And so we have a couple options here. We have basic SSH terminal, SSH overexposed, start web terminal. But what I want to do is I just want to connect to it. So HTTP port 8888 not ready. So I'm not sure what port this runs on by default. So we do have a public IP address here, right? Say default port for, what's it called? Jupyter Labs. Jupyter Notebook. Is it 888? It is. And so it's suggesting here that this one's not ready. We'll click it anyway. Okay, so we're on Runpod here. I'm not sure what AI doc is. I've never seen that before. Let's see. Runpod AI doc. Like, what is it? Login. Like, what would it be? Just give me a second, okay? All right, so here we have a username, but it doesn't specify what the password is. And so I don't know what it is. Because we know that this is the username. Or parts of it is. Yeah, it is. So this is the username. Right? But how would I know what the password is, right? I wouldn't. And there's no indicator as to how you get the password. Enter the username and password. Okay. So I'm going to go make a note for them. I'm trying to be helpful, but they might not like my feedback, but I'm going to go ahead and give them some feedback here. All right, so here I am, and I'm requesting information. So I'm going to go here to this page here, and let's just tell them, like, and we'll go back over to here. And I'll go here. So to say, you know, I have launched a pod with GPUs with the PyTorch Jupyter, and I wanted to show people how to connect to the web terminal to show how they can work in a notebook, again, on a pod. When I click web terminal, I have to enter a username and password. It's clear what the username is. Should be. I have no idea what the password is supposed to be. There is a lack of documentation explaining what to use. Okay, there we go. So that's all I can do. It's not, again, it's not very clear, right? Like maybe we could use the SSH, part of the SSH key to do it. But there's nothing here. It just says password, right? So that's not helpful whatsoever. But anyway, we gave it our best try here. But so far, you know, I probably wouldn't use this. I don't particularly like it. And considering how long it took for it to start up, that's not you know, like if you have a workload, you have to generally know how long it takes to start up. It feels like there might be additional spend, but if you're doing something over a week or 2 weeks, maybe that's less of an issue. But yeah, definitely something that I wouldn't try again. And I think it stopped. Yep, it is exited. And we'll call this one done, okay? Ciao.